Of a shootout between police and armed thieves. A dramatic firefight that ended with one officer shot in the head but remarkably alive. Darren Curtis begins our coverage.
Shots fired. Officer down, urgent.
A police officer ramps his patrol car through a fence to reach a wounded colleague. On the ground, dog squad officer Gary Hamrey ambushed and shot in the face at almost point-blank range.
This offender is still armed. He's fired shots and he's still armed.
The sergeant and another officer had been hunting two armed men who'd robbed the Arundel Tavern. They were searching kilometres away at the corner of Napa Road and Uplands Drive when all of a sudden gunfire rang out and Gary Hamrey was shot.
There's something going on across the road because I just heard like 10 gunshots and now there's a cop car across the road, and as we came out there was just cops screaming down the road everywhere. It was a shootout. Bleeding heavily and not knowing how badly injured he was, Sergeant Hamrey returned fire.
I heard them say, get down, then I heard someone say, I'll shoot you, you bastard.
All I heard was the yelling and then the bang, bang, bang. I just went down in the driveway there and yeah, police yelling out, put your weapon down, put your weapon down.
The alleged gunman, a 47-year-old man, was shot 3 times by police in his legs. The second man, a 23-year-old with a machete, was shot in the foot. He tried to run but didn't get far.
Can we have a male in custody in the backyard?
They're in my garden. Who are you?
Detectives retrieved a .22 calibre rifle fitted with a homemade silencer. Sergeant Hamrey was badly wounded, but incredibly, against all odds, alive. The bullet entered just under his left cheekbone and came out behind his ear. Somehow it didn't hit any major arteries or his brain.
He's a very lucky man. He is an amazing man, absolutely amazing. I can tell you that his first thoughts were that of his dog. He actually got on the phone and rang back at the scene. He wanted to know about the welfare of his dog because he hadn't had time to check that.
Sergeant Hamrey joined the police service 33 years ago. His brother and son followed in his footsteps. He's the state's longest-serving dog squad officer, involved in many notable arrests. Here he is on the night fellow Gold Coast officer Damien Leading was gunned down hunting his colleague's killer. Today he was confronted with his own gun battle but lived to tell the story. In a different ward at the same hospital, his alleged attackers Jake Watson and Robert Speedy were charged at a bedside hearing with attempted murder, a string of armed robberies and deprivation of liberty. The Arundel Tavern was a very deliberate target. Last night there were more than 500 people here for the monthly raffle draw, meat trays and the $10 roast night. The thieves knew the safe would be full of cash. The thieves ordered patrons to hand over their wallets and mobile phones. 9 News understands it's those phones police were able to trace, leading Sergeant Hamrey to 2 men and a firefight he barely survived. Darren Curtis, 9 News.